I went all through university, qualified as a nurse, and then I got into that much trouble with the police, and my whole life was just spiralling out of control.
And for quite some time I just use it once in a while, but all the time like I never viewed it as being a problem. Then it fell into a weekly habit.
And then that's when I sat back and I thought, what the hell am I doing with my life? I've got such potential and I'm wasting it. And that was when I went to seek help.
My heroin addiction became a problem when, my mum found out, and, then I left home. And that's when things really started to go downhill, because then I didn't have stability around me.
Horizon House is the biggest service within Wolverhampton. We're a Tier 3 service. We offer counselling, prescribing, motivational interviewing. We also help for housing, work, anything really that clients need help with. Anything we can't do, we can do referrals on. We also offer an alcohol service here as well.
Horizon House is about a very holistic approach to drug abuse. And key worker sessions are not just made up of, oh, here's your script and bye-bye. It's very much made up of learning about the person and learning from them.
I completed a methadone programme with the youth team and then was clean for a while. I started using again and referred myself again to Horizon House, where I saw a key worker there as part of Adult Treatment Services.
We're the only service that prescribes. That we have a methadone programme, Subutex programme, Dexedrine.
I went to Horizon House. That was always the first place I'd go to get scripted and I've been on methadone and Subutex, and Subutex has been the one that suited me the most.
Shared Care started really as a government initiative back in the late 90s, and it was very service user led really. Research showed that the clients that received their medication out in the community at their own GP surgeries were equally as effective in their treatment than in a specialised area. The benefits for me to the service user is, one, there's less stigma attached, so they can go, hopefully at kind of better times, they can go throughout the surgery hours. We've been able to start late night clinics, so it might engage people that are starting to work. They can take the children to the surgery and they can use the creche facilities. But for myself, one of the biggest priorities is that they don't perhaps come into the specialist service and bump into what was previously known as friends. So the temptations maybe, or the triggers are reduced.
Well, at the YMCA, when you first go there, they need to get to know a bit about you, and they ask you a lot of questions about yourself, and then they ask you what is it that you want.
Basically, we run a drugs project here in Wolverhampton City Centre. We're a non-prescriptive service, which means we don't offer alternate medication, so none of our staff are clinical. We have all the component parts that anybody could wish to have for any kind of treatment programme. We do everything from Reiki and reflexology right the way through to structured psychosocial counselling.
My name's Leslie Axinti and I'm a complementary therapist here at the YMCA Bridge Services. And my job role is to provide complementary therapy tailored to the needs of the service users. The treatments are given to complement, enhance and support conventional treatments.
There is the batch flow remedies that I tried as well, and those help to stabilise your moods as well and help you to relax more. And there was the aromatherapy, there was the acupuncture.
I recently won a Centre of Excellence award from Smart UK, which is the governing body for all our acupuncturists. There's only 3 of them been awarded, as far as I'm aware, nationally. We get people referred from a variety of sources, including within drug services itself, but we also get a lot of people who just roll up at reception and come up and we'll see them as well and arrange appointments for them.
If people have problems with crack and stimulant dependence, the YMCA Bridge will provide talking therapies, and the YMCA also provides advice around returning to work, benefits and housing and so on, because it's impossible to overstate the importance of psychosocial support. And we have Aquarius who have 2 stimulant workers.
Wired is a service provided by Aquarius in conjunction with Wolverhampton Drug Services. It is an outreach-based service working in primary care settings, hostels and community centres.
The front door's a needle exchange, and they also give out needles, harm advice information for steroid users, heroin, crack users.
Needle exchanges come a long way in the last 5 years, and they provide a whole range really of necessities for a drug user, if you like.
The Needle Exchange is a kind of street-level drop-in agency for people to come in and exchange used injecting equipment for clean injecting equipment.
It's so that we can give them advice around injecting sites, if they've got abscesses, any DVT problems, anything like that. Obviously, we can only refer them on to the hospital, but we can give them advice in how to keep things clean. So it's somewhere where they can drop in, have a drink. We give out fruit on a Tuesday, 5 a day.
I've met some beautiful people who work in services with a big heart and are willing to stop people going on the progression of whatever substances they're using.
I think we have a high prevalence of IV use in Wolverhampton, and I think there's a network of IV users. When we're assessing people coming into the more formal components of the service, they will already have a knowledge about safer injecting and sharing needles, and that's made possible by having street-level services like this.
We're very fortunate to have a very lively and very focused and energetic service users group suit.
The motto of the service user involvement team is to equip service users with the skills that they need in order to ensure that they get the best drug treatment possible.
It gave me a purpose, whereas I had like a goal in life, and that like whereas in my first ever treatment plan, I think I remember saying I don't know what I want to do.
We as professionals can say what we like, but it's important to involve service users in a therapeutic alliance, because service users will have a credibility that we won't necessarily have.
There is help out there, whatever situation you're in, if you've got children or if you haven't, if you're in a relationship, you know, there's services out there that can help you and your family as well to support you. And I work with the service user involvement team now, who I volunteered with for quite a while.
Being an ex-service user myself, I'm glad I've been given the opportunity to work within the field that I'm working in. I know where service users have come from.
Because I train a lot, I'm able to compare Wolverhampton with the rest of the country, and in terms of the components that we've got to our services, we must be one of the best services in the entire country.